It's coffee break. Were you expecting me to test it?
Yeah, I was a little slow on the draw.
It's another episode of Coffee Break.
Yeah.
Some things happened, some things did not.
It's been a bit of a slow week.
It has been. But that's kind of what's going to happen for this week.
Yeah, it's going to keep being like, as some things, but like one or two things will get announced. It's going to be this way for a while.
Well, beginning of May kicks off your flagship summer break movie thing.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say?
Things will
All the big summer blockbusters are coming out.
Yes.
But not yet right now.
No. We're just... this is the waiting period.
Yep. I think we'll kick it off with Guardians sometime next week.
Yeah, it's really soon.
Mm-hmm.
As in the Barbie movie is really soon.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's happening.
Which Harrison Ford said this is his last one.
Didn't he say that last time? Didn't he say that about the last Star Wars movie?
True, and then he shows up in 9.
Yeah. I think he doesn't want to do it anymore, but he does like getting money.
Yeah. No, nobody's talking about Indiana Jones.
No, honestly not. I'm seeing more people talk about Oppenheimer, and really, that's a very few people. It's always just like, Oppenheimer and Barbie will come out on the same week of each other. What are people going to do? And it's like, we're going to see Barbie. No one is interested in Oppenheimer.
I don't know. I would like to watch Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but that's like an at-home type movie, you know?
Okay.
Something you can pause and walk away from.
I think they're going for the Oscars here.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's star-studded. It's directed by Christopher Nolan.
So this was like last year's Babylon, and the year before that's Amsterdam.
Well, this story should be better than those.
I would hope so.
if you don't know who Oppenheimer is the guy who invented the nuclear bomb. Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
It's gonna be such a fun
so
romp.
Happy to live in this time.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna
I wonder where the movie ends.
It's gonna be it's gonna be so tough deciding between that premise and the Barbie movie. Oh man.
Yep.
Both seem so fun.
I guess we'll get to watch them beat each other off.
Did you bring your rollerblades? I never go anywhere without them.
God, they're so ugly too.
The rollerblades?
They're all yellow.
I bet they're designed exactly after like some toy set
that Ken actually had.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll kick off with the video game news. Horizon, the PlayStation series.
With the Aloy fighting the giant robot things.
Yep, Zero Dawn and Forbidden West will actually get a third one.
Is it a third one, or is it just DLC?
No, they just did the DLC.
Ah.
But they also just confirmed they're working on making this a trilogy.
I wonder where the story goes. I didn't even know what they could do for the sequel, honestly.
Well, I know she went west.
I wonder if she's going to go up, yeah. Last time she went into the ocean. This time she goes skyward. Into the stars. Giant robot space dragon that she has to crawl up in battle.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be dope.
I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be so willing to jump sharks to get to that level. It's like when Final Fantasy can do things like that. Like just at a drop of a hat. And now we're traveling through time and space into another dimension. We can have this.
Well, that's part of Final Fantasy. It's all over the place.
Well, Horizon could be all over the place too. Final Fantasy didn't start that way. It started with 16 bits. And you had to kind of interpret it however you wanted.
I guess, yeah. Well, that's a much older franchise.
True.
I'm happy for the people who work on Horizon. I like the first game. Never got to play the second one.
Aloy's cool.
As of yet, I will get to it.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, it took us forever to get to the first one.
True. Yeah, some of the PlayStation's exclusives, they're kind of iffy to me when they first get released. Like, the concept of Days Gone, you think I'd be really jamming on that one.
Yeah.
It took me years to finally play it. I played it for free. I played it all last summer. I platinumed it.
It was a weird summer.
It was.
Days Gone. Days Gone and Bug Snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, but it still wasn't that great of a game.
No. Well, I think that's another thing. A lot of PlayStation games, especially, feel like those, like, oh, it's just one of those quote-unquote AAA games where it's, like, high budget for the graphics. Like, look, the leaves on the trees look super realistic, but it's just, like, a nothing story, really basic gameplay that we've seen 1,000 times.
It's hard to say anything that naive about it because you've got Spider-Man.
But there are
God of
others
War.
that are really great.
Remember Heavy Rain?
Yes.
That was exclusive for the PlayStation.
I'm just saying, while PlayStation does have really, really, really good ones like that, I feel like they also are always the ones that get saddled with the other weird ones. Because Nintendo's not going to do that.
Yeah, you're right. Origami King is totally normal.
Paper Mario and the Origami King?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's a Mario game.
Oh, my bad.
Something like that. That's a risk.
Don't they have Ratchet and Clank?
Which
I'm
ones?
yawning again. This sucks.
Isn't Ratchet and Clank Xbox? I thought it was Mario. I don't remember. I never played it.
Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter. They're both PlayStation.
Oh. No, I never played Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. Well, I won that argument.
There was one really weird one on the Xbox. I do remember that. I don't remember what it was called. You were like a cat thing, and you could control time. It was weird. Don't remember it. If I saw it, I would immediately recognize it.
They only made 2 of them, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah, like I could picture it so clearly, but I cannot think of its name. If I saw it, I would be like, yes, that's it. Yeah, you were like a weird orange cat thing. It was time something. I'm never gonna remember it.
They look like Palicos, though, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Like they had like regular clothes and stuff.
A Palico. You want to describe what that is?
Oh, that's your little cat buddy in Monster Hunter.
Yep. They talk to you.
They do, which
They
I always forget.
Cook for you.
They can, yes.
They're your butlers.
That was the thing that made me decide to get Monster Hunter, because I was very into it, but I wasn't sure. And then it's like, and you can design your Palico. And I'm like, well, I need it now. I want to design a pet cat friend that runs around with me.
Okay. Dead Island 2, which finally came out. Mm-hmm. I never thought I would see the release of this one. Dead Island came out 10 years ago?
Yeah, like it was on the PlayStation 2 or something, wasn't it?
PlayStation 3.
Wow.
And the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I remember when the trailer came out. It was a big thing. Big deal.
For which one?
The first one. Dead Island.
The first one?
Yeah.
They really missold it, because they made you think that it was going to be Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
And it wasn't.
Well, yeah, they really wanted to ride on the success.
Yeah. And it wasn't like that, and I hated it, and I never played online with anyone, and it was a long and boring game. Yeah. So they decided that they were going to make this new one.
So now a perfect decision is make a sequel.
But see, this one, I saw a trailer for Dead Island 2 back in like 2017 at E3.
Wow. Man.
Yeah.
Man. It's going to be like the new Elder Scrolls trailer. Just like, remember when that came out? I wonder if that game's ever going to happen.
When do we think the new Elder Scrolls is coming?
I honestly, not until PlayStation 6. And then I think it'll launch with PlayStation 6.
No, because they're owned by Microsoft. That's Bethesda.
But it's gonna be on everything. It's gonna wait for the next stage.
Nope. They'll put it on the Switch before they put it on the PlayStation.
It is on the Switch.
No, the new one.
Well, the old one is.
The old one's on everything because Bethesda was a whore and decided to sell that. It's a bad game, okay?
It's not great. It's really not great.
I'm tired of redoing this. It's not that good. I don't care. The graphics are horrible.
It's so ugly.
We have made better games since.
Allison, at one point in time, because she played it a lot on her PC, And I was like, you got any mods on there? And she's like, yeah, the most important ones is you download this one because it makes the game not look like absolute dog shit. Your character is actually decent looking. People's hair isn't just garbage.
When you gotta mod that, make that an in-game update.
Yeah. You would think so.
But that game's so old that... No, they're still doing in-game updates. I heard that they just did one recently.
Did they really? No way.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't go back and fix the Blood on the Ice quest. The Blood on the Ice quest is glitched in certain versions. I think just the PlayStation 3 version. It just doesn't work. You can't move forward. So even if you complete all of your quests, you can never finish the Blood on the Ice quest.
I'm sure they've gone back and fixed it.
I don't know.
Okay, well, Dead Island 2, the company that made Dead Island is no longer around. The company that was making Dead Island 2 is no longer around.
Ooh.
So this project got passed along, shared by everybody in the group, and...
Poor Dead Island.
And finally it found a home, and I guess they were able to build it. It's supposed to be really graphic.
Okay, I would expect so. There's a bigger emphasis on, especially like gore and graphics and stuff with games, like shooting type games these days.
Yeah, true.
Like think about Resident Evil that just came out. Think about like watching you die sometimes is just like the saddest thing. Seeing them just go ham on Leon's poor little body.
Yep. Yeah, I mean even Callisto.
Yeah.
Protocol. Oh my god, someone pull the yawns out of me.
You gotta breathe more. That was a thing I always heard. Your lungs aren't filled up enough. Sit upright so your lungs fill up all the way.
Up.
Well, more upright. Sit like you're a soul. I don't know if this is actually true. It could just be like a thing, like a weird urban myth.
Okay. Could also be that I'm just tired.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. It's been a week. I know. It's only in the middle of the week. It's still a week.
It's always the beginning of someone's week.
Yep. It's happening again. Okay. Dead Island 2 has finally come out, and it's sold over 3 million copies.
Good for them.
So people are actually really enjoying this one and going out and buying it.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen a single nanosecond of this game. I did not know this game was coming out. I don't know what this game looks like.
Tropical Paradise Zombies.
Nice. Cool.
Deal. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
First person shooter.
Like Far Cry, but zombies. Far Cry 3 specifically, but zombies.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Yeah, I would describe it as that.
Okay. Alright. Good for them.
Yeah.
Shout out to all you Dead Island fans getting something cool.
So, Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, comes out this Friday.
Yay!
I'm excited for it, but the future of Star Wars is weird.
It is. So last time we were talking about Star Wars, we brought up that article that had all the things that were getting announced.
Yes.
And then more info came out about Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, the president of Lucasfilms.
And it's all more of a question mark than ever before.
Yeah, so again, these are rumors, but I was reading about them, and apparently at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, Pedro Pascal got into a feud with Kathleen Kennedy. Because originally they wanted to kill him off. Mm-hmm. Right? And that was where the story was going to go. And she's also alienated... What's his name?
Which one?
Jon Favreau.
Ah.
She pissed off Jon Favreau. When they were finally doing... Book of Boba Fett, Jon Favreau was trying his best to keep it in line, and Kathleen Kennedy just kept ruining the production.
Allegedly.
Yes, all allegedly. And she was just causing so many problems that one of the answers to fix the problems that she caused was for them to bring in The Mandalorian to fill in those episodes that she had ruined so badly.
Damn. It just sucks. It sucks that someone's ego could get in the way of making a good product.
Yep.
I think she's made a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah. She seems to just alienate people.
Yeah.
That's every time I read about her, she's just like, no, I know what I'm doing, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like every time
I always have to be the rightest person in the room kind of deal.
The thing is, she's not good at what she does. We can tell because the villains of all these stories, specifically from Lucas Films, is the same fucking villain.
Yep.
Every time.
Over and over again.
Indiana Jones. He's fighting the Nazis. Yep. Again.
Oh, what a surprise.
Willow. He's fighting the witch. Again. Episode 9. Who's back? Palpatine. Again.
She seems like...
Who's the bad guy of Mandalorian Season 3?
It's Moff Gideon.
Again.
It reminds me...
Who's only in like 2 episodes.
It makes me think of... I know, and it's so like half-assed.
It is, and he dies so quickly.
He did. We finished it over the weekend.
We'll talk about Mandalorian itself, but we're just now talking about Lucasfilm overall. I
rewatched, there's a YouTuber called Folding Ideas. He makes very good video essays. I rewatched his series that talks about the 50 Shades of Grey movies. And he was specifically talking about how the author was very passionate, but is also just not a good author. And she has this, like, just because you have a lot of, like, passion for your story, it doesn't make it a good story automatically. And when these other people are stepping in and trying to fix things, but you're so full of how you think it should be done, that you actively ruin the production of the thing that they're trying to make. No. You're your own biggest enemy at that point. That sounds like Kathleen Kennedy to me.
Yes, it does. It sounds a lot like her. Right now, Disney's doing layoffs. They're doing mass layoffs to restructure and save money. We have talked about this.
Yeah, how Disney Plus was not as good as they wanted it to be, and now they seem to be fighting against their own streaming platform.
Yeah, that's so scary. Yeah, in a weird turn of events, Peter Pan and Wendy is for Disney Plus and comes out this week.
Yeah.
Which is a new live-action adaptation of Peter Pan.
People are saying it's a lot like Strange World that came out last year.
Oh, God.
Where they're... not the movie itself necessarily, but Disney just throwing it onto streaming because they want to bury it. They want it to be there so they can point and go, look at the representation we have, but they don't actually want people to watch it. Because they're building up for some other thing, you know?
Maybe. Because one of the things they threw in there was Turning Red. Which was nominated for Best Animated Picture. And Lightyear... Was Lightyear last year?
I think so. Or it was either early last year or late the year before.
No, Lightyear. It was Lightyear.
It's hard to remember.
Lightyear was considered a commercial failure.
Well, yeah, that's not a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's not.
It's one of the better movies.
You're one of the only people that actually liked it.
You know what? It's better than Inside Out.
No, I will not agree.
It's funnier.
It's funnier.
It looks better.
It looks better? Really? I will not give you that one.
It smells nicer.
It smells nicer. I've heard it got better grades on the algebra test.
It's shinier. There's space.
Yeah. Well, I heard from Stacy that.
So, yeah, Peter Pan and Wendy. Is it so bad that they don't want us to see it? Then why are they showing us it? And why aren't they doing what Warner Brothers Discovery did to Batgirl and just delete it and take the tax write-off?
I know, right? It's weird. It's so ass backwards to me that a company would spend all of the time, because it's a lot of fucking time, a lot of effort, a lot of other people's time and effort, a lot of money to make a whole ass movie. For them to intentionally try to flop it. For them to just basically make it just to throw it out, in essence. That makes no sense to me. Why?
It's a money laundering business then.
Would you not try to make it to be as good as possible? So you get more money out of it?
Yeah. You would think so. You would think that as an artist, you would want to show off some sort of skill that you have worked so hard for.
Yeah.
But then these guys who are actually backing it, it seems like their real intentions is only money.
Mm-hmm.
And
get some quick bucks off of toys and posters and whatever.
Maybe that's why we're just having all these, like, remakes.
You know what's something I hate? And I was thinking about it after we watched episode 2 of Dave. Every single story that tells the story of a production being made, whether it's a movie or a TV show, it really highlights how miserable and terrible the experience is. And no one actually seems to have their heart in it. And if they do, they're often like the naive one that needs to get a dose of reality in the plot. And I'm like, maybe we're doing something wrong. Just saying.
Yes, well, the way films are made in television, it was figured out by a bunch of guys, not women, guys, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
It's time to change things.
I heard an interesting argument of part of the...
AIs.
It was part of the reason, another element as to why people don't like going to theaters versus staying home anymore is, on top of many other factors, but one of it was that the technology in a theater hasn't changed in years, in decades. It's still just a big screen. It's still like the booming speakers. It's not any different than how it used to be. And now you can get like really great cinematic experiences just with like some good speakers and a TV, and they're much more affordable nowadays than they used to be.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, the theater that we saw, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
Mm-hmm. It was fine. For being connected to a bowling alley, it wasn't nearly as loud as I thought.
Bowling alley, bar, grill, arcade, mini golf.
Yeah, really, just all in one type deal.
Really weird.
It was.
It's really weird.
They had seats that reclined, except for everyone's didn't really recline. Yours did, mine didn't. Like the mechanics just did not work.
Yeah, but my tray was wobbly.
Yeah.
My tray was completely This place sucked.
And I know like a lot of people go to the theaters and there's going to be lots of wear and tear on things. But I don't know. Like, the idea of going out feels like it should be a cool, classy experience.
This is what I wanted to bring up. When we were watching the movie and it was setting itself up, it was Dolby, I think, where they had like a leaf, and CGI leaf.
Yeah.
And it like flutters around, so it sounds like a helicopter kind of thing.
Yeah, like that thing where it like tracks where it should be around you.
And it was so way off.
It was.
The surround sound was way off.
It also,
I knew it was gonna be.
It also was irrelevant because nothing in the movie had anything like that. You know?
No.
Like movies don't make soundtracks like that.
Unless you're Avatar.
Yeah, that does sound like Avatar would do.
The Batman.
The last few times we've been to AMC, it's too bright. Like the screen, I don't know what it is. Like when we saw Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yes.
There was just a brightness that was on the screen that made it just hard to see. I couldn't see anything. And I thought it was because the screen was too dark.
I thought it was just our seats.
I thought it was just bad lighting. But yeah, in a movie theater, if you get bad seats...
I know.
That shouldn't be a thing if you're going out to a theater.
That really shouldn't be a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, theaters suck.
They do.
I'll keep checking them out. Maybe one day I'll find like the coolest theater in the world.
They're a fun concept.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it. But there's a lot of bad things.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. So yeah, Peter Pan Wendy comes to Disney Plus this week.
Woo.
Jonathan Majors.
Ugh. Not good. Not sounding good.
I don't know where or what to say here.
I know there's been more allegations.
So more people have come out with allegations against him, Mr. Majors. Mm-hmm. Mr. Majors has been dropped by his agent, the agency.
Yep.
Future starring roles he had.
Which is...
None which are Disney.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Which... Okay. The mouse might know something we don't, or they just don't care.
There might be like waiting for the last minute type deal. That or it'll be DC, like with Ezra Miller, and they just will. Oh, we need them. It can't be the same with anyone else.
Perhaps. Footage of the alleged victim. Mm-hmm. Because this happened in the back of a taxi. Footage of that victim was shown. She went off. She's a 30-year-old woman. She went off after that to go back clubbing. And there's actual like video evidence of her dancing in clubs, and she's totally fine. No bruises, no nothing.
Suspicious. I'm not gonna put any cart before any horses, but I don't know. There's a lot going on. Don't know what to.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. His lawyers are still adamant that he's innocent.
Okay.
Disney hasn't done anything.
That would be weird if his lawyers were adamant that he wasn't innocent.
Yeah, it's just something we gotta watch carefully.
Yeah. I'm hearing very little about it, though. Like, people are intentionally... Like, I don't know if it's just that they don't know what to say, or if they're just waiting. Like, they don't want to, like, add to, like, the rumor mill or something. It's like, wait, it's a developing thing. We're gonna wait.
Yep.
We want to see.
I just thought that it was interesting. More stuff has come out. Mm-hmm. I don't know when the case is, or the trial.
It'll probably be a while.
Though there probably won't be a trial if he gets acquitted. That's not the right thing.
Lawyer speak.
Anyways.
After everyone watched the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court stuff.
That's all hearsay.
Everyone became half familiar with lawyer speak, but also still not entirely getting it.
Yep. Back to more drama in Hollywood. An older story.
Yes.
The story of Rust. I don't know why I said it like that. It's actually a really sad and horrible thing that happened.
It is.
Time has passed.
It's been a long while. This was last year's story. Remember?
Was it?
Was it the year before? No, it was last year.
No, it was the year before. Before I started my new job.
Jeez. Oh, God. No.
Yeah. Basically, a Western was being filmed in New Mexico. Alec Baldwin was a head producer and star in this Western. There was a scene where he had to pull the trigger of a pistol. Mm-hmm. They were falling behind in their production because things were already going bad. And they were trying to get this one shot just right. And Alec Baldwin pointed the gun at the camera with the DP and the director behind. He pulls the trigger and an actual round goes flying through.
Yeah, it was a lot of who's to blame, how did this happen?
Yep. The director was wounded and the director of photography passed away.
Yes.
So it became a serious issue. So what happened here is they've now decided that Alec Baldwin is no longer guilty of anything like this.
Okay.
Okay, but does not mean that this is over.
Yeah.
They're now looking at the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed.
Which was the name people were throwing out from the very beginning.
Yes.
All this hullabaloo just distracted from what we should have been focusing on.
And her name was always in there. Mm-hmm. And they are now going to be looking at her. Her job was to make sure there are no live rounds.
Yes. Like, we can...
And none of the guns were ever loaded.
Yeah. We can point to people and be like, well, you're the producer, like Alec Baldwin. It's like, you're a producer, you should have double-checked. Oh, you were the director, you're the this, you're an executive, blah, 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 you should have double-checked. But the point is, you shouldn't have to double-check with something as severe as having a bullet round in a gun, you know?
Yeah, a live round.
That should be something you should trust your armorer for.
Yep.
So, I definitely agree that she needs to take accountability for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch. She'll run. Mm-hmm. They always run. Mm-hmm. They little slippery bastards.
When suddenly the Joker.
Okay, and for more uplifting news, which makes no fucking sense, and I love to report this, fan fiction writer is suing Amazon and Tolkien Estate because Rings of Power got a little too close to his fan fiction.
I love a confident bitch.
I do not have the fan fiction writer's name.
What did
because they're anonymous with this name, obviously.
Oh, it's like their fan fiction name, like.
No, it's not even that cool. It's like way too like. I went to Princeton and I know English.
Oh no! What? It's so similar to their fan fiction. How so?
Well, in this person's fan fiction, The Fellowship of the King.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Hey, this guy went far enough to actually publish it.
Yeah,
and sell it on Amazon.
So did Christopher Polini. He made Aragon. That's just a thinly veiled fan fiction. Like I mentioned earlier, 50 Shades of Grey. It's just a Twilight fan fiction.
50 Shades of Grey, is it Twilight?
Yeah.
It's Twilight? Okay.
It's just, it's Bella and Edward, but instead of vampire, it's billionaire.
Yeah. Which, all you Twilight fans, congratulations.
Oh yeah!
You got a new rebooted series coming your way.
I'm happy for them.
Yep. This is gonna be horrible to go through again.
Maybe they can make it good this time.
Oh my god, that would be nice.
Maybe their running won't look like shit.
Maybe Colin won't jump out of trees. Or Colin, whatever.
Maybe when it's the scene where he sees her and he's so overcome with her beauty that he has to try to hold himself back because he thinks she's so pretty he wants to just suck all of the blood out of her right then and there. Maybe they'll get a guy who doesn't look like he's trying to not just hurl.
Yeah. I'm still Team Jacob.
I don't know, after he did the whole imprinting on the baby thing, shit got weird after that.
The whole thing got weird.
It was all weird. It's like, oh, how old is Edward? Too old for a 17-year-old, we know that.
Yeah. God, she's just a kid in those books. It's so gross.
She's like 19 when they get married. Like, barely legal.
What was the similarities back to the Fellowship of the King?
Oh, yeah.
Sauron's back.
Oh, so original.
There's like a Hobbit's on Voyage, but it's Sam's daughter instead of the Harfoots.
Okay. So his is a sequel?
His is a sequel book to The Lord of the Rings.
So then how is it anything like Rings of Power?
This is the thing. You asked me a very hard question. How is it anything like Rings of Power?
Yeah.
No one can figure that out.
I really want the fanfic author to go at lengthy detail and go through a point by point of exactly.
Dude, video essay this. I would love to watch it.
100%. I want it to be things like Galadriel's eyes are sparkly in one scene. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Just nonstop.
So does Stephanie Myers, but hey.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Oh no, my boyfriend is made of diamonds. God, I'm excited for it. I honestly hope it's good.
Yeah, I don't know who owns Twilight's rights to Scream.
I don't either. That feels like a Paramount thing.
God, I was gonna say, it's gotta be Universal.
Is that Paramount?
No.
Peacock?
Yeah, Peacock's Universal.
I don't remember. They all look the same. One has a mountain, one has a bird. I don't know. Isn't the same shit.
There's no way it could be a Warner Bros. Movie, right?
Throw it on Hulu. FX.
Twilight, the FX series.
Oh man, it would be good. It would be so bad good.
It would give them the ability to do whatever they wanted.
I'm just picturing something like it, like in the same exact tone as like Wilfred, but it's Twilight.
If you guys don't know what Wilfred is, go check it out.
Very funny. Elijah Wood.
The American version.
Yes.
There's 3 of them.
Yes. Same guy every time, isn't it?
No.
It's not the same guy?
No.
Wilfred?
The Australian version's the original, then the American version, which that guy came back, and then there's a Russian version.
Russian version?
I watched one episode.
I bet it's tough. I bet it's something you would need to speak Russian to get.
Yeah, so I don't speak Russian. I do not hear Russian.
I feel like their jokes would not translate well.
That was my problem. I don't understand the comedy.
Mm-hmm. Like someone was talking about how like the Japanese names for Disney and Pixar movies are like totally different from their American original versions. And they're like, sometimes it just doesn't sound right. And I'm like, well, sometimes I think it's probably a pun or like a reference, and we just don't get it because it's not the same in our language. You know?
Mm. Well, yeah, like the Horn King from the Black Cauldron.
Mm-hmm. Just being called Satan.
Yeah, they call him Satan.
There was a game.
And it's like, there's a big difference.
There was a game I used to play. It was on a GameCube game that had a big collection of Taito Legends games. Taito made Space Invaders. And there was one called Ninja Kids, which was a goofy, weird beat-em-up arcade game. And their main enemy was Satan. And you ran around fighting evil Satan cultists. And at the very end of the game, you fought Satan himself. It was a trip. I loved that game so much. I played it over and over and over again.
That's kind of cool.
It was awesome.
That's kind of really cool there.
Just a little ninja kid fighting Satan.
So yeah, the Lord of the Rings thing, I was just like, I don't think this is going anywhere.
I want endless updates. I'm burningly curious. I hope. I'm gonna pray.
Maybe I could dig up some more. Figure out what's actually going on there. I bet there's a whole Reddit page for it.
I want them to fight for their fanfiction's rights. You silly goofs.
The dogs.
Silly goof.
Okay, it is now box office trolls time.
Box office trolls, woo! Yeah. What's new in the box office? Oh, before we get to that, we keep seeing ads for 80 for Brady. Looks like shit.
I don't even think that's in the box office anymore.
Is it? I was there for a long while. So yeah, what's going on?
Well, I'm checking the whole thing. I don't see 80 for Brady in here.
Can't be as strong as Everything Everywhere All at Once, which stayed there for a whole ass year.
Okay, number 1, once again, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yay! Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
436 million domestic.
I knew it was going to be huge. It's going to be a massive hit.
Number
Who doesn't
2,
want to see Mario, you know? Even
yeah,
if it's not good.
Everyone's seen it, except for us, because he didn't want to see it.
I wanted to see it. I just don't know if I want to go back to that one theater.
Well, we're not going back to that one.
Yeah.
Number 2, Evil Dead Rise for 24 million. Number 3, The Covenant.
Which one is Evil Dead Rise, real quick? Is that the new one with, like, the girl, like, Ashlyn or whatever her name is? What is Evil Dead Rise?
It's the one with the mom attacking the kids. She's a Deadite.
Okay.
Evil Dead, made by Sam Raimi. And
well, I know what it is. This one confused me because I don't think...
You didn't see Ash in it?
I didn't see Ash, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not attached to Ash's story.
So, like, I kept, like, the trailer would happen, and then it would say the name, and I would be like, what? Where? When? And I never register it's the trailer until after the title comes at the very end.
Yeah.
And I don't pay attention to what happens in it.
Yeah, this is a standalone film that's set in the same universe.
Okay.
The Covenant, which is another... I was going to say horror.
A lot of horror-y things. Scream 6 came out recently and stuff.
Scream 6 is old. What are you talking about?
Which one was it? Scream...
Yeah, Scream 6. It's number 17. It's been out for 7 weeks, bro.
Wait, that's kind of recent.
Bro, that was like 7 weeks a podcast ago, okay? We're done talking about Scream. God, give it up. John Wick Chapter 4, number 4.
Nice.
Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, number 5.
Woo!
It went up.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. Number 6, Air. Story of Air Jordans. Number 7, The Pope's Exorcist. This looks like poop.
It does.
Poop smeared up.
Every time... Okay, it's...
On little bits of wax paper.
They've overdone the...
Drizzled some wax on top of it.
They've overdone the religious demon thing way too much nowadays. It's like, there was the nun from the the second Conjuring movie. Whoa, so scary. And now it's just everyone's doing like a nun or a priest involvement in the demony things happening.
Do you think this started with the nun?
No, but I think the nun popularized it.
Because I could tell you, it starts way back in like the Dark Ages.
Is it Rosemary's Baby was another one?
Rosemary's Baby, The Omen.
No, I think...
These are ones that really popularized it. Popularized.
Made popular. No, I just feel like it's overdone nowadays. It's always some religious thing.
Words aren't sounding right.
They never do.
They really don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... the weird thing about the Pope's Exorcist, okay, I'm going to point this out, is Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Russell Crowe is the Pope's Exorcist. Can you tell me if this guy hasn't gone down the my career shithole?
I'm surprised he's not doing commercials. Like doing ads for eczema or conditioner.
Oh, dude, you know what I found out? Okay, Brian Cox. We all know Brian Cox. He's the guy in Succession. Mm-hmm. He's the dad. He's the grumpy old white guy.
Yes.
Do you know that McDonald's commercial?
Yeah.
Where he's like that soft but deep voice, and he's talking about a chicken nugget.
Is he the one
and he
doing...
goes, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Is that him?
That's him.
Oh, he does it so creepy. He does it like it's a weird lullaby.
I was like, what?
Like he's got a nice voice.
I didn't know that was him.
Huh.
Nothing about that registered to me. That this is...
It's like when, like, as Encanto was coming out, Papa John's commercial came on, and it was like, is that John Leguizamo doing the announcing more? It's like, yeah, that is. You went from Bruno to Papa John's?
Well, he's also in the menu.
Oh, that's true, yeah. He does things. I don't know, just weird hearing a celebrity doing narration, you know?
Well, Morgan Freeman.
Well, true. But he's got, like, that voice for narration. Some people just have really good narrator voices, you know?
Yeah, I get that. Number 8, Renfield, which is...
What's reviews looking like for this one?
I don't know. Nobody's seen it that I know of.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when the first trailer came out, a lot of people were like, that looks kind of neat. And then now it's here, and I think everyone forgot.
Yeah. It made $13 million.
Well, good for them.
I guess that's okay. Number 9, Beau is Beautiful, which stars Joaquin Phoenix. It's an indie film.
Oh, yeah.
A24.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is the only one that's making a positive this week in the top 10.
Suzumi?
It's on Crunchyroll.
No, it's distributed by Crunchyroll.
Well, yeah, whatever.
But that's number 10 right there.
Nice.
At 8. So, Mario. Let's talk about Mario.
Yeah. Oh, we're ready. Wait, you have like a whole thing ready.
Okay. One day I will add actual sound effects. Highest grossing opening weekend of this year goes to Mario.
Yay! It's the one to beat. Let's see if anyone
at
beats it.
106.9 mil.
There's a lot of people like Mario.
Opening weekend.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
Now, because they opened up that weekend for Easter, they have this weird run of Wednesday to Sunday instead of a Thursday to Sunday. Okay, this happens for holidays.
Yep.
In particular, right? I was reading somewhere that this is the greatest animated film to come out from a Wednesday to Sunday time period.
Cool.
So they also broke that record.
Do you think it'll get any awards?
No.
Other than Best Animated Movie, and then we'll have some fucking...
No, that's gonna go to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Part 2. Where's all my Spidey fans?
Some hack celebrity will be sitting there like,
my
we
bad.
all need to tolerate these kiddie movies, because the only animated movies are for kiddies.
It's Across the Spider-Verse. I got that wrong. But I knew what I was saying.
That comes out really soon, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, everyone's talking about it.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, highest grossing. Oh, okay. Wednesday to Sunday opening of all time.
Damn.
It was able to beat Revenge of the Fallen Transformers
I don't think that was
from
hard.
2009. That's a long time record.
That is.
Especially with how big, like, Endgame. Endgame's a big movie.
Endgame is a big movie.
And yet it broke only a few records.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yet it broke my heart.
I don't feel so good.
Highest grossing opening weekend for Illumination.
Well, I could have guessed that. Like, Illumination has fine films. But this was always gonna be their big one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
It is their highest budgeted movie yet, with $100 million, the Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they also made 2.5 times its budget.
It's crazy, because the Minions movie that came out recently, that one was already making big, like, groundbreaking numbers for Illumination. So they're just going on an upward momentum with their movies and stuff.
Yep. Highest grossing opening weekend for an animated film. Already said that one.
Yep.
Yeah, here they beat out Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2?
Yeah.
But that's a bad movie.
Whatever. Okay.
I don't like Incredibles 2. I thought it was very
They
bland.
took too long to make it, for sure.
They really did.
Highest grossing video game movie ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's some really cool things about Mario.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there? I was reading that numbers, if you look at the numbers and you compare them, already the Super Mario Brother movie has made more money than Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumanium.
Damn. It's almost like people have been, like, begging Nintendo for a Mario thing like this for a long-ass time.
And now you can go to Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Mario Land.
Mario Land?
I think.
Nintendo Land Mario World?
Nintendo World. Where is it at? Florida? Los Angeles?
Yeah, I thought it was in LA.
I don't remember. I'm bad at remembering things. There's a dog under our table.
God, that's a little tiny dog, and he's biting at my toes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to do some reviews here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Mandalorian.
Yeah, we watched the final episode.
Season 3 finale.
What a half-assed weird little season.
Now, the episode before this, I said last week that I actually really enjoyed it. It had more to do with love for the fans than actually giving a fuck about telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
This one didn't have as much love for the fans. And yeah, they rushed that story as hard as they could, as fast as they could.
Yeah, the scene we see his clones is the scene we destroy his clones.
Yes, we're instantly introduced to something and then destroy something.
Yeah, this is a conflict. The conflict is over. Like, okay, we couldn't have set this up at any point in time. Moff Gideon feels like such a last-minute addition.
Yep.
Like they had an entire other thing planned, probably with the one lady that we kept seeing from the New Republic.
Yep.
And then someone was like, no, we need to go back with our old Moff Gideon because people don't want anything to ever change ever.
Well, remember, there was another rumor.
Mm-hmm.
That Kathleen Kennedy fired the actor of Moff Gideon, and that's why he dies so abruptly at the end of season 3.
It's just so, after fighting...
Which makes a lot of sense.
He fought so hard to live. And they did so much to, like, you will be arrested, we won't kill you.
Yep.
Just really, oh, okay, then you die. Never mind. JK. Should've just killed you the first time.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's not even satisfactory when he dies.
No. The sets feel tiny.
They are.
It's so weird. Especially because they had that, like, awesome green screen soundstage thing that they've been playing with this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they used it this time. Because
They
everything
did.
feels so small.
I would say that this was made during the time of face masks.
I guess.
And it's kind of convenient everyone has to wear a helmet.
It's just so sad because you see the concept art at the end. Like, it's specifically the concept art of, at the very end, Mando has his little hut and his tree and his pond with his baby. And then we see the concept art. And it just looks like this, it looks so much nicer, the concept art. Like a real place to live. Like
Yeah.
like a real yard, and then you see the real thing, like, from the show. It's just this, like trailer park style, tiny.
Yeah, I noticed when they show the High Magistrate, Carl Weathers' character, the guy in charge of Navarro, in the fan art, if you look at his, like, cloaks, and a lot of the other people, their clothing, super detail-oriented, decorated, you know, they look like royals almost, right?
Yeah.
Or not so plain. But then when you see them in the show, they're just fabrics. That's it. It's just cloth.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could have gone a little cooler. Like, do you remember the people of Naboo?
Help me.
Padme's people?
Yes.
Her council?
Yes.
Remember, like, her...
The person who was pretending to be Padme?
Yeah, and how much they would get all dressed up and stuff. Like...
It just felt like no one wanted to sit in a makeup chair. Or no one wanted to sit in front of their sewing machine. Like, it was just a rushed endeavor.
Which is so weird. It took 2 years to do this.
Yeah.
2 years, and yet the result...
I wonder if it was overworked.
I think so, because there are so many loose ends.
I think it's hilarious how stupid it is that the story of the space daddy and his space baby. A space daddy adopts a space baby, and at the very end, the grand conclusion of its third season is space daddy adopts his space baby, but legally. He signed a paper or something.
They set a pledge.
It was so goofy. It was dumb as hell. Like, he was already so dedicated to Grogu. Did we need him to go to space court and get his space baby document signed?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
He did everything in his power. I just thought of this. He did the whole season to clear his name so he could go back with his Mandalorian cult, and then he just left immediately afterwards. Again.
Yeah.
Why did you do it all? Why didn't you just do this from the beginning?
No, like, when I think about it, I'm like, there are so many bad parts of this where you could tell they wanted to go in a different direction, and somebody said, nope.
Yeah, it feels so regressive. Like, someone really hated the ending to Season 2 and wanted to basically just rewrite and retcon it all here. Oh, but in this one, he doesn't get the Darksaber. Oh, but in this one, Moff Gideon doesn't live. Oh, but in this one, they do live happily ever after and with his baby. You know? Whatever.
But they want to make a Season 4, which I'm like, God, no.
No, God.
No, just go with the other shows. I'm done with Mando.
I can't handle babbling supposed to be cute Grogu anymore.
Also, we won't see it for, 3 years?
Yeah. With all this other shit that's coming out?
Plus, they're planning a Mandalorian movie.
Yeah. I think Kathleen's eyes are bigger than her stomach.
Which it'll be directed and written by David Filoni, which makes sense.
I mean,
But, the guy who plays Boba Fett and played Jango Fett.
Yeah.
And all the clones.
Yes.
In live action. He was talking about the Mandalorian movie and said it sounds like the Avengers. Which I was like, oh no.
No.
It's all the Mandalorians getting together to fight. Which, wasn't that the end of the third season?
But we'll also get, like, Boba Fett and Fennec Sand and all the other little friends. His little, like Tinkerer friend and her robots. You know? They'll all come together and they'll have their moment. Their big slow-mo CG fight in space. Against something.
So, yeah, ultimately, in the end, after waiting 2 years, this was not worth it.
It ruined my enjoyment of The Mandalorian. I think lesser of it now.
Yeah, you stopped watching it.
Which sucks. That really sucks.
It's because you revealed yourself to be truly a Trekkie.
It was, yes.
Yes. Okay, Barry.
Yeah.
The hit and award-acclaimed winning show.
Barry.
Barry.
With, what's his name? David Hayter?
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
David Hader.
I'm bad with names.
Bill Hader plays the titular character Barry.
Yep.
It came back for its fourth and final season.
They want all of the Emmys.
Yes, they do.
They are fighting for those Emmys.
Oh my god. If you are a cinephile, you need to go watch these episodes.
They're doing, like, really crazy next level shit.
At least that's...
For, like, every scene.
That second episode. Mm-hmm. The way that was shot with him in prison, but he's in his cell, and as he turns, he's, like, staring out into the desert.
Yeah, it turns into, like, the camera just pans, and it's one long shot, and we, like, transition into, like, a memory of his.
Yep.
Into, like, a fantasy of his. Yeah. It was crazy. It's really good. Everyone's tripping balls. Like, every character has trauma, and they're, like, tripping balls.
Mm-hmm. I love that at one point, they're like, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna save him. And at the end, they're like, no, we're gonna do this and kill him.
It's a very...
And I just love that. It happens so fast.
Yeah. It makes so much sense, because Barry's been betraying everybody this whole time.
Yep.
And, of course, he would betray them again, to try to have the life with the girl he's convinced he loves, because he has a bad parasocial relation. Not parasocial.
I bet this becomes like John Wick.
I don't know how this could end. Does he live? If he does, what does he do?
I think he just starts killing them.
It's gonna be a crazy one. I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Because we've seen him get into big gunfights and long fights.
There's gonna be one episode. Like, it's usually the second to last episode.
That's just gonna be...
It's huge, awesome action sequence that's fun and funny and usually takes long shots, like one takes. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yep, that was really cool. Yellow Jackets.
Yeah,
we're still trudging on.
I think we're halfway through the season now.
I think so too. This last episode was boring.
It wasn't boring.
Slow.
You haven't been into this season much.
I haven't.
It is very creeping forward.
I know. I know what happened. Just get there.
Yeah. It's this... I feel like they're struggling to juggle... Because there's so many plot points. Because there's, like, 4 or 5 main girls in the past, and then 4 or 5 main girls in the future.
I know.
And now fucking Shauna's daughter has a whole plot point, which was so unnecessary. That. I hate Shauna and her daughter so much.
I hate Shauna and her family so much.
And it's just this, like... trying to juggle all, like, 20 of these plot threads in a cohesive way. And, like, Javi coming back, and their Coach Ben is fucking tripping balls. Like, like, those things are small, but they're in there, and so we only have so much time.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
I'm liking it a lot, but I expected it to be when I heard it was going to be 5 seasons... You know, that's what they were planning. I'm like, oh, so we're gonna have, like, a lot of, like, really slow, trudgy seasons in the middle. Like, I always asked, is this the final season for Succession? Because in the middle of these type of shows, it's a lot of, like, trudging forward, I feel like. Like, things are interesting and happening, but it could be expedited, I guess is the word I'll go with.
I see what you're talking about. Yes, in season 3, in this particular spot that you're asking me, right, about Succession.
Yeah.
Succession is the whole family goes to Italy. Mm-hmm. And I swear to God, that's either 1 episode or 5. I cannot remember because I'm like, we were in the same place. Next day, we're back here. How the
repeating either plot points or dialogue.
You have a budget. You're in, no offense to anyone from Italy listening, but you guys aren't very wealthy.
There's like only so many things you can do in Italy.
No.
Go
I'm
to
saying
another
a
winery.
Big production showing up like that, they should be able to go to get all sorts of locations.
And the thing is, you know what's a big one? Game of Thrones.
Okay, Game of Thrones spent a ridiculous amount of money on a lot of those shots.
Yes, but it was like, all right, when does Joffrey die? When does this happen? How long is this gonna take?
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember the whole thing.
There's a lot, especially in the middle, where it's like you think now will be the time one of the characters gets their comeuppance or gets a punishment. But then no, they just kind of skirt around it, and then like 2 seasons later it finally happens. It's like, oh, okay. Like, when did the shame scene happen? It was like the second to last season. And we sat there and just waited forever and
I think
ever.
it's the last season.
For Cersei to get her shame moment.
Yeah, whatever.
And I'm like, I wanted this 3 seasons ago. You know?
Yeah, someone asked me, when does the character Reek die?
Which one's Reek?
I know, and I was like, who is Reek?
Which... Jesus.
Greyjoy.
Oh, his first name is Reek?
No, that was that nickname they gave him for being a horrible person he was.
Oh.
But yeah, Greyjoy. And I was like, see, if you said Greyjoy, I would know him by that name. I'm not going to remember him by his fake name.
Very end. It is the answer.
Close to the end, yeah.
It's like one of the last ones.
He does one good thing and then, yeah, he's done.
He has a season of being pretty cool.
Half a season.
For starting the season being just complete shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I guess Yellow Jackets.
We're slowly building up things. It went from the first season where we think we have an idea, but now we can really, like, go in a bunch of directions, because now we know where we're going.
I have a very strong idea of what happened.
Yeah?
They killed and ate each other.
Yeah. I'm worried about the baby.
That's gonna be gross.
Yes. Because
producers have been hinting at something darker.
I'm worried they're gonna eat the fucking baby. I'm just gonna say
Here's the thing. They call the baby a he?
Yeah, they keep saying he. What happens if it's a she? It goes against what Lottie has been predicting.
Their daughter is not old.
No.
Or old enough to be this person.
Mm-hmm. It was something in season 1 when Shauna had just learned she was pregnant. It was like a cold open moment where she has this nightmare where she gives birth to like a fried chicken.
Yes.
And they just started eating it. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. And then they ate, what was her name? Jessica?
I want to say Jessica.
I don't think it was Jessica though.
It was Rachel Randy.
And then they ate her. And now I'm wondering, because the other girl died, Crystal died. She fell off the cliff. Remember?
Yeah, but Misty left her there, which I was like, that was dumb.
I'm wondering
She's food.
I'm wondering if they're going to go back and dig her up to eat her.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I just jumped to conclusion. I was like, that's free meat right there, guys.
Yeah.
Which then Misty will get that weird kick off of that.
Yeah, that's like this new boost for her.
Yep.
I knew she was gonna die because this character wasn't really a character in the first season.
Nope.
There was a lot of characters that weren't really characters. Like the one girl who's like super obsessed with what Lottie has to say. Mm-hmm. She was not really a character in the first season. And now it's like, oh, okay. I see which one you're all gonna die.
Well, we gotta learn about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yellow Jackets. It still has a lot to explain, but I'm pretty sure I know what happened.
Yeah. I don't know if there's 6 or 8 episodes. If it's 6, then we're on the last episode this week.
That does not feel like a conclusion.
No, I think it is going to be
8. Animal Control.
Yeah, it's getting better, honestly.
A sitcom on Fox.
Yeah.
Starring
Joel McHale.
J-Hole.
You just cut out all the unnecessary bits.
That's really what I did. I just kind of put it all together.
Just make it quick.
God, okay. Animal Control, they're getting better at their comedy.
They really are.
A little snappier, a little quicker.
The editing's faster.
Yep.
The music is helping more.
I still hate the music.
It's not great, but it's helping.
Some characters are starting to get annoying.
Which ones?
Their boss.
She is annoying. She just keeps repeating the same things.
Yes. Well, their old boss.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the show enough. It's brand new.
Like their names. I'm not
going to remember their names.
We call him Joe Hale.
I know his partner Shred.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has funny moments. It does have a heart. You could tell it wants to be something.
Mm-hmm. It's trying. It's figuring itself out.
That was the 10th episode.
That one made me legitimately laugh. I don't remember what the joke was, but I was laughing throughout it.
I don't know if there's any more episodes after that.
I feel like it. I think they would get to 12.
12 and then stop it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
They would, like, the next one will set up something important. Probably the punishment for tranking the cougar, but not going through with it. And then the last episode will finalize that stuff. And it'll be the resolution. Joel McHale will talk to his father or something.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah.
We watched the movie Beast. We're going to speed this up. Beast.
It was the one with the lion and Idris Elba.
Yes. Well, that is the lion. But
it was horrible.
It's a bad movie.
It was bad in such a unique way, though.
Why did they put that much effort into blocking and tracking?
Like, every single shot is a one take, basically.
Almost a one take and a constant, like, following.
And because it's all a one take, there's this horrible constant issue of like just kind of waiting for your mark, like waiting for the camera to get into the right place. So it's like, oh, we can't find your sister in the village. And so they're just shouting Nora over and over and over again. And it's like, find her already. And it takes way too long because they have to have the camera track over and follow them into the little bush area where she went. And I'm like, this isn't helping the scene. Cut.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if they were trying to do that to create this emotion of you're constantly in panic, but you're flowing through it.
Maybe. Or like you don't know where to look. Like it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
There was also, like, the dialogue felt realistic,
No,
I feel like, but it was just nonstop.
His daughters are the worst actresses.
They just never shut up. Yeah, the one is trying to, like, cry, and she's just, like, not doing it.
The youngest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was terrible.
They just babble the whole time, and they often just repeat themselves and just say the things like, Daddy, I'm scared. Daddy, the lion's over there. Grab your gun. Grab your gun, Dad. Dad, the lion's over there. It's gonna get us. Dad, he looks hurt. It's like, no, I can see, bitch. Shut the fuck up. If you're gonna ad-lib, say something interesting.
Hey, I know that there's a lion, but I really need a snow cone. I really need a snow cone and some moon sand.
Also, the entire plot was pointless.
It was.
Because they showed up immediately. Like, the next day. If they had just waited, because he got it in his head, it's like, we gotta sneak out with the poachers, and then I'll steal one of the poachers' keys, and then I'll drive the poachers' jeep, and now we gotta stop so I can find rags, even though I could just use my shirt that I'm wearing, or my pants, or whatever.
Because he got gashed.
Because, yeah, his daughter got gashed, so I need to patch the wound. So we spend 900 hours in this, like, poacher den looking for gauze. And then he fights the lion, and then help immediately shows up. I'm like, if you just would have stayed in your truck, they would have found you. Doing all the shit with the poachers and going to find the gauze, pointless. Just stay in the den.
So there is an underlining thing to this movie?
I guess, like an anti-poacher message.
Yes, it's an anti-poacher message. And the best way to know that this is an anti-poacher message is when they're in that shack at the end. And there's the severed heads, the trophies, right, dangling there. And there's some blood dripping on the ground. The littlest female actor, you know, the one who can't cry to save the whole movie.
Yeah.
And she ruins it.
She does.
With a blank face, stares up at the heads and goes, I hate them. I hate the poachers. With zero fucking emotion.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, there you go. Now we know. Poachers are bad. Just like your acting skills.
Anti-poachers, though. Which are apparently people that go out and just kill poachers. They're cool.
I was just like, what?
You want to know an infinitely better story that's anti-poacher?
You're still a murderer.
It's the Wild Thornberrys movie. It does the idea of anti-poaching so much better.
Yeah, but that's a cartoon.
Yeah, but it's good. They can act in this one. It has Flea in it. What more do you want?
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you take it away here for the last show that we've been watching. Nope, we got to do puppy relocation.
Sorry, puppy relocation.
Okay, little one.
From under the table, silly.
Go that way. We're trying to wrap this up.
We started watching Taskmaster. It's a show I have known about for a while. I've seen a few clips here and there. And then I was like, you know what? I would like to watch it. Because I saw it's specifically a clip from its second season where the first task was get a potato in like a hole when you can't step on like the ring around the hole. And they all did various things, whatever. And one of them just like nervously chucked it and made it into the hole in his first try.
Yes.
I saw that clip and I was like, I want to watch this show. Because that was fun. I want to see this. So I figured out where to watch it and we've been watching it. We've made it to the 4th season?
Yeah, the 4th series.
Series, yes. Because it's British.
It's Greg Davies lens, you don't know. It's 4th series.
Each series is only like 5 to 6 episodes long.
Yep.
So it's really quickly to breeze through.
The banter between the comedians is actually really fun.
It is fun. I love how they'll edit it in a way to really highlight the stupidity of the contestants.
Yes.
I found out that the rest of the seasons are on YouTube. So once we we're watching it on Pluto, a weird
Pluto TV, which has so much stuff on it.
Lots of classic stuff.
If you're in film school or you're in school and you need to watch an old movie, check out Pluto TV.
It's
it
free.
might actually have it.
It's 100% free, and it just comes with like ads.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it only has the first 6 seasons of Taskmaster, and then the rest of them are all on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having fun with that. Hooray!
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one to put on when you don't want to pay attention too much. Like Star Trek, which requires you to really, really focus on their dilemmas, or Frasier, which really expects you to keep up with their wit.
God, we need to find new shows. Okay, that's been Coffee Break. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yup.
Sorry, I'm very tired yet again.
It's gonna always be. We'll see you in the next one.
Yes, we will. You guys enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.